Dubs got beats. Big Jeezy got it locked, boy.
All right, you know what time it is. Part 2 of the Doctor's Office, episode 118. Thank you for joining part 2 of the Doctor's Office with your broadcast host, who's the head doctor. Who's ready to go in and see their head doctor? I'm ready to get you in. Coming up in the man session in just a moment. 18 plus, listener discretion is advised. Go follow me on Twitter at head_doctor_. Great man session ahead. A-list versus. Take the poll by following me on Twitter. My Twitter page again is head_doctor_, or you can call me 641-715-3900, extension 58448. Of course, all calls are kept confidential. I have your 5-day weather report coming up in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, you're joining part 2 of the Doctor's Office with your broadcast host, the head doctor, 18 plus. Listener discretion is advised. You got to be 18 years of age or older to get checked in or checked up with your head doctor. A-list versus man session ahead. So thankful for you guys for tuning in to part 2 of the Doctor's Office. You can catch part 1 on a pre-recorded episode of Spreaker. So thank you guys for joining the Doctor's Office again, tuning in each week. Love my listeners. Without y'all, this shit wouldn't even be possible. So again, if you want to get checked up, checked in by your head doctor, you must be 18 years of age or older. Listener discretion is advised. Go follow me on Twitter at head_doctor_, or give me a call, 641-715-3900, extension 58448. Got your commercial coming up in just a moment. See your 5-day weather report in your area, and then get you in to go see your head doctor. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you for joining episode 118, part 2 of the Doctor's Office with your broadcast host, the head doctor.
What did the attorney say? It was okay. It's gonna be fine. Just another school.
Want to move?
Nice hoodie.
Hi,
Hi. I'm Julie Johnson, by the way. I'm the drama teacher.
Kevin Carlisle, history. I know my methods are out there.
Oh, I certainly understand why Ashley enjoys your work so much.
Kind of a loner, aren't you? What makes you think that you know?
I don't. I know guys like you. Why are you being nice all of a sudden?
What's up with you? You're not a saint. So this whole change is what? A fake? Don't forget who you are, man.
Maybe I like calling you a better one.
Stay with me. He's not into girls like you.
You ever leave a negative comment online or spread a rumor for all the world to see? Why do we take so much delight in watching other people suffer?
This is gonna blow over. Okay, we just need
Mom,
to
wake up! This is gonna blow over.
Ashley,
I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
do not give them the satisfaction of tearing us apart too.
Have you ever had something challenge you, made your life completely unbearable? Did you think it was the end of the world?
What are you doing here?
People still talk about you at home, you know, about what you did.
Nobody believes me. It doesn't matter what I say.
Lies spread faster than truth.
Whatever you decide, if you stay or go, fight or run, we're gonna do it together.
Stay.
I have no idea what I'm basic is.
No fury like a woman's horn.
Thank you for choosing your 5-day weather report, brought to you by the head doctor via weather.com. For the South, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Robeson County, Sumter, South Carolina. It's been hot, hot, hot. Feeling like above 100-degree temperatures, in some places as hot as 107 degrees. This week, your 5-day forecast in the South calls for a slightly lower average high for you guys, but still in the upper 90s with your lows in the 60s for the week. Under partly cloudy skies until the rain ushers in by Tuesday. 40% chance of rain in the South by Tuesday and expected to linger until Thursday. Expect an average humidity around 67% with low winds at times at 6 to 10 miles per hour for the week in the South. For the North, Erie, PA, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, New York City. Your 5-day forecast calls for rain until Tuesday, but a slight break from the rain comes in on Saturday because you've been raining the entire week. So rain Saturday, everything's going to be clear for you guys. I suggest you get out and do everything that you have to do on Saturday. Your chances for rain on Saturday are by Tuesday, so Saturday everything's going to be clear. By Tuesday, the rain is going to usher in, lower your temperatures. The chances for rain on Tuesday is 15 to 30% chances of rain. Under partly sunny and sunny skies for the remainder of the week once the rain clears out for you guys in the north. Your average high this week is in the upper 70s, believe it or not, with lows in the 60s. However, there is a severe thunderstorm watch for Pennsylvania from the National Weather Service Center. Your humidity is increasing at 71% and relatively moderate winds at 8 to 14 miles per hour at times. So in the north, the National Weather Service has you guys under a thunderstorm watch for the rest of the evening. In the west, LA, Riverside, California, Vegas, your 5-day forecast calls for a great week ahead. No rain for the west, under partly sunny and sunny skies this week for you guys in the west. Your temperatures are in the upper 80s and your lows are in the 60s. Great humidity at 49% and low winds at moderately low winds at times 8 to 10 miles per hour. So great weather for you guys in the west. And for the Midwest, Louisville, Kentucky, Jeffersonville, Indiana, the National Weather Service Center has issued a severe heat warning with your temperatures in the upper 90s near 100 degrees for you guys in the Midwest. Again, the National Weather Service Center has issued a severe heat warning for the Midwest with your temperatures in the upper 90s near 100 degrees for the next 2 days under sunny skies. The rain comes in and cools things down off for you guys in the Midwest and expected to stick around until Monday. 30% chance of rain. Then by Tuesday, the rain completely clears out and you guys are expected to experience 90s for the remainder of the week and your lows in the 60s. Your humidity in the Midwest is at 56% for an average high and winds gusting at times at 13 to 16 miles per hour. And finally, the Gulf, Shreveport, Alexandria, Baton Rouge, you guys are under part sunny skies with your temperatures nearly 100 degrees in the Gulf. That is until Monday, until the rain comes in and sticks around for you guys until Tuesday, lowering your temperatures to the upper 80s, near 90s, with a low averaging in the 70s for the week. Average humidity for the Gulf is at 54%, and your winds moderately at times blowing at 10 to 11 miles per hour. And if you're still fishing in the Gulf, visit weather.com for your fishing forecast. Good luck on a great catch in the Gulf. And if you're still looking for summer garden ideas, visit Lowe's.com for great plant and garden ideas for your home and garden. Again, if you're looking for for summer garden ideas? Visit Lowe's.com for more details. Thank you for choosing your 5-day weather report, brought to you by the head doctor via weather.com. All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Man Session. You've made it. Thank you for tuning in to the Man Session again. Coming in to see your head doctor. Can't wait to get you boys in here and get your pants down. Get you checked out, boys, right? 18 plus, listener discretion is advised. You must be 18 years of age or older to come in and see your head doctor and get checked out. So what are we going to talk about this week? Well, I always try to get the fellas what matters most to them, and it's no different this week. So again, if you're coming in to see your head doctor, you must be 18 years of age or older to get checked out. It's time for the little boys to go to bed. Because as always, the Man Session is grown, folks. So tonight, I have an interesting story about penis news that leads us to our next topic. And then finally, some fun facts about the penis. So, as usual, buckle up, get ready to come in and see your head doctor. You must be 18 years of age or older. Listener discretion is advised. I'm ready to get you in this week, so let's go. Again, 18 plus, listener discretion is advised. Give me a call, 641-715-3900, extension 58448 with your show ideas, comments, suggestions, or concerns. So this week, we're going straight into penis news. You'll be surprised how the penis is always in the news, but this was bizarre. I had to actually share this with you guys this week. So I never struggle with what to talk about as far as the penis, but this was definitely bizarre, and I thought that I would share this. And this is real news. Like, this ain't Trump fake news. This is real news. It actually is an exclusive on the Northern Star. University students are kneeling in the dirt. In front of them stand college men. Their flies unzip. A crowd of students all gather around to watch the initiation ritual about to take place. Slowly, each of the kneeling men, the men that are getting on their knees, will lean forward, placing his lips tentatively against the base of another man's penis. And the ritual is only half complete at that. So if you didn't catch that, it's a college ritual where men are getting on their knees and putting their mouth on the base of other men's penis. And next, a student in the crowd will open a can of beer and begin pouring it from the base to the head of a man's penis. Of course, the man that is standing and the man that is kneeling has to drink the beer off of the guy's penis. It's a ritual. One student physically recoils after a member of the group tries to push his head onto his exposed penis. So this is coming from the Northern Star. It's a new ritual. It's drinking beer off of a penis. Another man leaned in and slurped the amber ale off of the guy's penis. So some of the men standing up have devised a kind of genital drinking cup. By pulling the skin of their pubic hair region forward, they formed a pouch of skin from which the kneeling student can directly drink the alcohol from. Welcome to the Lads Weekend, an annual initiation weekend for male college students at the Everett House at the University of Newcastle. This is a ritual drinking beer off of other men's penises. Held each year in Melbourne, the lads from Everett House will make the pilgrimage south, where they will undergo a series of initiation rites. Foregoing their usual Everett House hoodies, the men dressed in suits, brought a thrift store so they could not be easily recognized as they performed the ritual called the penis drinking in broad daylight at St. Kilda's Katina Gardens. Today is the start of O Week, which is known widely as Initiation Week at the university, and this is generally held a few times a month. A university spokeswoman said in a statement that the safety of the students across the campus was its top priority. We take any reports of inappropriate behavior very seriously. Former student, let me get that right. Former student Andrew is quoted as saying, the way that it operated within last weekend is that a freshman would be assigned to a returning student, and before they let them go to Melbourne, the freshman would be given haircuts. The returning student essentially treats their freshman like shit, who installates it all as a rite of passage. We treat you like shit, and next year you get to treat someone else like shit. It's a sick cycle, says Andrew. Shandra Burmer, the director of End Rape on campus of Australia, is particularly concerned about the vulnerability of junior students. Initiation rituals in general are very problematic, but those which involve sexual misconduct are completely unacceptable, says Burmer, and have the potential to become unlawful, especially if the student is ever pressured, forced, or coerced in participating. We know that first-year students have such a strong need to fit in and belong that it's very easy for them to end up participating in such activities which might conflict with their normal values. Students will often say that no one is forced to do anything they don't want to, but pressure rarely works that way. It's often more subtle and inadvertent. A 2-month investigation by news.com.au into college culture across Australia has unearthed more than 200 pieces of footage associated with the University of Newcastle colleges, including footage of the penis drinking ritual occurring in 2014, 2015, and 2016. News.com.au understands that the tradition is ongoing. Other footage from Event House last weekend also captures a degrading ritual where students wear dog collars and are forced to behave like dogs. One student wearing a dog collar is seen kneeling down and drinking water directly out of a dog bowl left outside of a cafe. Male students having their heads shaved in humiliating styles. Other students will then pour alcohol over the shaved portion of the man's head, while a third man slurps the alcohol from his scalp. Students drinking off of unsanitary objects, including the wheel of a wheelie bin or out of their own shoe. In another bizarre Event House tradition also caught on camera, students are required to drink their own vomit as a part of a drinking competition. Known as Throwy Cup, the rules of the game are simple. In pairs, students must consume 24 beers in a minimum amount of time. Students are provided with bins to throw up in, and those who vomit must drink their own vomit to remain in the competition. The time record was set in 2012 by Team America, who consumed the 24 beers in 26 minutes, and the winner also required to hold their beer down for at least an hour after the competition, but are free to projectile whenever they want. Of course, they have to drink up their own vomit if they do vomit. Footage obtained from the 2012, 2013, and 2015 annual Throwy Cup event shows students repeatedly vomiting and drinking their own vomit and giving each other wedgies. Andrew, who attended Everest House in 2014, says that from the first day, alcohol was just present. Consumption of alcohol was encouraged, and as a cheat cut to meet people, especially during O Week. The first year students, predominantly women, drank at a rate of where they were throwing up. They were put in a situation where if they were people that they wanted to assault, then they were definitely vulnerable at that time. So, the penis drinking ritual, drinking beer, the Aussies are drinking beer. And so, I mean, we think we got some fucked up rituals in the United States, right? That's pretty fucked up, but I'm fucking with the Aussies. I'm fucking with you. So that was penis news, which brings us to our next interesting fact. Since we're on drinks and penises, I thought that I would give you boys some good things to help your erection. The best and worst drinks for your penis. Of course, you can drink for harder erections, but they say avoid wine. Newsflash, your penis does not operate in a vacuum. Well, let's hope not. What we mean is your diet can have a direct effect on your erectile health. We've pinpointed the best foods for your penis, but that's not the whole story. When and how you hydrate can make the difference between drowning in the sea of love and being stranded on dry land. Drinking each of these 4 types of beverages in the right measure may take your boner to a whole new level. Booze is not always your erection's enemy. More than 4 centuries ago, William Shakespeare got to the heart of alcohol's supremely ironic relationship to the man's core drive. Old Shakley had Porter, the gatekeeper at the Macbeth Renaissance, declare the booze provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. So they say beer actually makes you feel like you wanna, but you ain't gonna. So since then, science has confirmed that too much booze does impair the ability to achieve an erection in both the short and long term. That mostly because overeager pre-gaming will decrease the blood flow to the penis, and if you do manage to get it up, being blotto will almost certainly decrease the intensity of your orgasm. Another way in which too many drinks is bad for your dink. Studies show that 60% of STDs are transmitted when alcohol is involved. They call it fire water. Does this mean that swearing off booze is the best bet for your diamond hard erection? Interestingly not. At least one study has suggested that a moderate amount of drinking can actually improve your sexual function. In 2009, scientists from the University of Western Australia found out that drinkers experience this rate of impotence 25 to 30% below those of teetotalers. The heart-healthy and antioxidants present in wine may account for sippers rocking more wood than both guzzlers and abstainers. So a guy that takes a little sip of wine, they say that his erection is set to be 25 to 30% stiffer, according to the University of Western Australia. But moderate drinkers, superiorly might actually be due to the confidence a drink or two can create. So they're not sure. They're saying that maybe just that 1 or 2 drink just gives the fellas more confidence. A 2012 study by French psychologists showed that the study participants that took a drink, and even those who merely believed that they had been given alcohol, thought themselves more attractive. As we know, going in a little less inhibited and nervous can help make a very positive impression. New research is demonstrating that alcoholic beverages aren't the only ones that can affect your erection. While we're on the subject, the easiest way to make your member look bigger is by flattening your stomach. So the guys with flat abs actually appear to have a bigger erection. Water keeps your plumbing in order, boys. Hardly what you might think as a high-octane boner fuel, but H2O is an integral as a part of your erection. It's oddly enough, it improves the bodily functions. Water helps keep things moving around the body, including the fluid like the red blood cells and plasma that straightens out your penis during arousal. So drink more water, boys. According to a study conducted by French psychologists specializing in male sexuality, a sudden decrease in the amount of plasma and blood cells circulating in the body can lead to disheartening floppiness. So the more hydrated the system is, the more efficient your erection will be. But there's secondary reasons why drinking 8 glasses of water a day will likely pay dividends. In a dehydrated state, you produce a greater amount of estrogen, a type of hormone that is commonly found in men experiencing problems achieving a stable erection. So if you're feeling thirsty, go get that drink, because that could be the reason why you're not getting hard. So watermelon juice is the new Viagra. If you didn't know, studies conducted in the past few years supports the idea that citrulline, an amino acid found in high concentrations of watermelon, can be a big help to guys experiencing mild to moderate erectile dysfunction. One of the studies from the university in Italy took 24 dudes with an erection hardness score of 3, means that the penis does not enlarge at all. 4 means that it gets harder than a roll of quarters, and had them ingest the citrulline from a watermelon for a month. Half of the guys measured at the 4 that get harder than a roll of quarters after a month of supplication reported an increase in sex. So these promising results were in accordance with the 2008 study, actually from Texas A&M, which found that the citrulline in watermelons deliver Viagra-like effects to the body's blood vessels and may even increase your libido. So it's not organ specific like Viagra, but watermelon and watermelon juice have been shown to deliver a similar outcome without the side effects, upset stomach, headache, etc. that you may get from Viagra. According to Science Daily, Dr. Behum Patel, director of Texas A&M Fruit and Vegetable Improvement Center in the College Station, said that Agronite boosts nitric oxygen, which relaxes blood vessels, the same basic effect that Viagra uses to treat erectile dysfunction and maybe even prevent it. So boys, drink your watermelon juice or eat your watermelons. Coffee, the second best part of waking up. They say that men who drank 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day were 39% less likely to have erectile dysfunction than non-coffee drinkers. It's not a habit that they say you should kick anytime soon. As with moderate red and white wine intake, it's thought that coffee consumption is a boom for cardiovascular health, as achieving and maintaining an erection is also about blood flow, but that stands to reason. So the study authors wrote, caffeine triggers a series of pharmacological effects that lead to the relaxation of the penis arteries and the cavernous smooth muscle that lines the cavernosal spaces, thus increasing your penis blood flow. Think of it this way. The blood vessels that deliver blood to the penis are like a lot of hoses you want to push fluid through, and coffee helps to unkink those hoses. It also helps to prevent weight gain. One guy says make his coffee a Venenti. So, drink your watermelon juice, eat your watermelon, keep that dick hydrated with water, and put some Folgers in your cup if you want a nut. So, thank you for joining the man session here at the doctor's office. Time is just flying by, you guys. No announcements this week. Definitely got to get into the A-list artists, get this up. I figured since last week we did the old school women, this week we gonna do the old school versus young school men. First up in the A-list artist showcase tonight is Jaheim. I Forgot to Be Your Lover.
If they breathe in the sun while they're spinning, they on my truck, then I could pretend that. And if they cave in the sack, no stems, no And the vision from my wrist and it looked like it shine like blue. Yeah, I couldn't get back. Oh, yeah. I forgot to be your lover. If it wasn't for the 9 to 5, double up all the time, yeah, I couldn't get back. If it wasn't for the Sunday all-star weekend game, girl, I couldn't get back. And if it wasn't for the young 50 Jesus show, girl, you know that I couldn't get back. But silly me, oh, tell me how could I ever forget to be your lover? Spend my life thinking of you. Oh, I forgot to be your lover. When she starts bringing up older, and the fights keep getting worse. I'm in her purse, and I put that on my time. Yeah, and you notice she ain't wearing her ring. Oh no, she starts playing little games, coming in late from my home. Better put that on my side. If it wasn't for the makeup on my shirt, still I'd be chasing skirts, and I couldn't get back. And if it wasn't for that fight last night, you smashing out my headlights, I couldn't get back. If it wasn't for parole, still up in my pillow, girl, you know I couldn't get back. But silly me, babe, tell me how could I ever forget to be your lover? You need love too, spend my life thinking of you. Oh, I forgot to be your lover. When she starts bringing up old, the fights keep getting worse. I'm out there in her she ain't wearing her ring, and she starts playing little games. Coming in from so many times, acting like it wasn't really nothing. So many ways, just to myself, always running. So many games, all that I spent. So many words, I feel to this day. Always came first, even though sometimes felt second. If I go down, you know I haven't done the last. Spending some time, putting some work, get prepared on worse. Always put that on the start bringing up older. And the fights keep getting worse. I'm not working her. And I put that on my time. No, she ain't wearing her ring. She starts playing little games. Coming in late from work. You better put that on my time. She starts bringing up older. The fights keep getting worse. I'm not working her. And I put that on my time. You know she ain't wearing her ring. She starts playing little games. Coming in late from work. You better put that more on her.
All right, I hope you enjoyed Jaheim. You can also check out their videos on my Twitter page and then make your decision and take the Twitter poll. So who else could you put up against Jaheim for the young generations but Trey Songz, right? It was like no other competition. Trey Songz, nobody else but you.
See that, what's up with me? Well, if anything you do, lately I've been giving you some room. Lately I just don't know what to do. I don't want nobody else but you. I know you don't want to wait for me. Hey, they say you should stay away from me. Hey, I know you the only beg for me. Pray for me, gratefully you love me too. I know a lot of them would do you better. Know that I can put you through whatever. I know that you care for me. I know you'd be there for me if I was something. You so damn real one. I guess I'm just a fool. Looking in the mirror like they just scared to lose it. Why you acting like another man wouldn't choose her? You know she the only true girl. I can't even lie. I don't want nobody else but you. Ooh, nobody else but you. Ooh, I don't want nobody else but you. They get you on the low and I know you hate that shit. They say that I'm yours and you say it ain't that shit. And every time it goes, I just bring the pain back. Yeah, break up some makeup like that's the way it goes. Oh, know I love you with you better. Know that I can put you through whatever. I know that you care for me. I know what you said for me. I know you won't wait on me forever. Real one, I guess I'm just a fool. I'm looking in the mirror like ain't you scared to lose her? Why you acting like another man would choose her? You know she the only true girl. Ooh, they can't even lie. You got me falling. Even when I try, I can't keep calling. When we in the club, I'm always falling. Shouldn't be in love, we don't fall too often. It's hard to fall, but you got me falling. Even when I try, and I hope keep going. When we in the club, I'm always falling. Shouldn't be in love, we don't fall too often. It's hard to fall. Still, I don't want nobody else but you. I don't want nobody else but you. Ooh, nobody else but you. Ooh, I don't want nobody else but you. Ooh, nobody else but you. Ooh, I don't want nobody else but you. Nobody else but you. Nobody else but you.
Mom's got beats. Big Cheesy got it locked, boy.
All right, go take that A-list artist poll by following me on Twitter at head_doctor_. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fucking with Jaheim and Trey Songz. We made it through another edition of the Doctor's Office with your broadcast host, the head doctor. Great show this week, great indie artist music. Go follow them on Twitter. One of those guys could be your next favorite rapper or indie artist. A-list artist. So go follow me up on Twitter at head_doctor_ to follow the indie artist, to find out more about me. Let them producers rap, y'all. Leave them producers alone and let them producers rap. They're not limited to one talent. You'd be surprised how musically inclined a lot of those producers are. So how did you enjoy the man session? I enjoyed it. Great man session this week about penis rituals. Some healthy drinks for your erection. Folgers in your cup. If you want to get that nut, definitely. So, great A-list artists again. I'm fucking with both of them. Go take the Twitter poll. I would like to know what y'all think. Old school versus new school. Then versus now. Last week was the women, so I had no choice but to put the fellas up this week. So go take that poll. And definitely call me 641-715-3900, extension 58448. Each week you can catch my show on the Spreaker app. I'm so glad to be back on the air doing what I love. The Doctor's Office is brought to you by Spreaker. Visit them at the Google Play Store. So who's going to tune in next time? Same Spreaker app, same channel, about the same time. I'm your broadcast host. You've been tuned in to part 1 and part 2, episode 118 of the Doctor's Office. Again, go follow me on Twitter at head_doctor_ or give me a call 641-715-3900, extension 58448. Stay tuned for another edition of the Doctor's Office next time, episode 119 ahead. I'm your broadcast host, the head doctor. Once again, tuned for episode 119 next week, next time of the doctor's office. You've been tuned into the doctor's office with your broadcast host, the head doctor. Love you guys. Good night.